Hello, friends. What story can be told in stone? For Rome, it was the Dacian Wars, etched forever on Trajan's column, a spiraling monument to blood, conquest, and the fragile line between glory and tragedy. The Dacians were no ordinary foes. They lived beyond the Danube in what is today Romania, fierce mountain warriors led by their formidable king, Decebalus. For decades, they had harassed Rome's borders, ambushing legions, demanding tribute, and humiliating governors. To the empire, the Dacians were more than a nuisance. They were a reminder that even Rome's iron fist had weak spots. When Trajan became emperor in 98 CE, he set his sights on them. Trajan was a soldier's emperor, disciplined, respected, and ambitious. He believed Rome could not afford to pay off enemies. It had to defeat them. And so, he prepared for war. The First Dacian War began in 101 CE. The Danube River became the stage for Rome's might. Massive bridges of boats carried legions across, while engineers built roads through mountains and forests. The Dacians, skilled in guerrilla tactics, struck hard, retreating to their fortresses in the Carpathians. Battles raged, bloody and desperate. At Tapai, the Romans fought through narrow passes, shield against shield, until victory was theirs. Trajan pressed on, relentless. His army advanced to Sarmizegetusa, the Dacian capital, a stronghold hidden in the hills. Decebalus sued for peace, bowing before Trajan. Rome accepted, but peace was uneasy. Decebalus rebuilt, armed, and plotted revenge. In 105 CE, war returned. This time, Trajan meant to end it. He brought overwhelming force, legions, auxiliaries, siege engines, and perhaps his greatest weapon, engineers. To cross the mighty Danube permanently, his architect Apollodorus of Damascus built a bridge of stone and timber, a marvel of the ancient world. It declared Rome's intent, not just invasion, but domination. The Second Dacian War was brutal. Fortress after fortress fell. Roman legions cut through mountain defenses, scaling walls, tearing down gates. The Dacians fought with the ferocity of men who knew their freedom was at stake. But even courage cannot hold forever against the weight of empire. At last, the Romans encircled Sarmizegetusa. Starvation and fire broke its defenders. Decebalus, proud to the end, refused capture. Pursued by Roman cavalry, he took his own life rather than be paraded in chains through Rome. With his death, Dacia fell. Trajan returned to Rome in triumph. The spoils were immense. Gold and silver from Dacian mines poured into the empire, funding games, buildings, and monuments. Among them rose Trajan's column, a towering spiral of marble nearly 100 feet high, wrapped in a carved story of the wars. Battle scenes, sieges, sacrifices, triumphs. It is history told without words, an endless ribbon of victory and violence. To Romans, the column was a celebration of conquest, proof that their empire was eternal. To us, it is something more complex. Look closely, and the carvings tell not just of Roman glory, but of Dacian bravery. You see their faces, their struggles, their defiance. In stone, conquerors and conquered are bound together forever. The Dacian Wars gave Rome new wealth, new lands, and new pride. Yet they also remind us of the cost of empire. Thousands died in the mountains and valleys of Dacia, soldiers and civilians, Romans and Dacians alike. For Rome, it was a triumph. For Dacia, a tragedy. For history, it became a story carved in stone, where victors and vanquished still march side by side. And perhaps that is the beauty of Trajan's column. Empires rise and fall, kings win and lose, but stone remembers more than one truth. Rome wanted the column to say, "We were invincible." But when we look at it now, we see something else too. That even in defeat, the Dacians are immortal, their courage preserved in the very monument meant to celebrate their destruction. Glory and grief, side by side, spiraling into eternity. That is the story of the Dacian Wars.